Hello and welcome. I'm Ursula Knecht. I'm a sports physiotherapist and author of Back Pain Goodbye. So why did I invest 2.5 years of my life in this book, a self-help book for back pain sufferers? Because I personally suffered from back pain. I was just 23 years old, a massage therapist. It was a Friday afternoon, beautiful weather in Switzerland, and I wanted to go home with my 750 Honda motorbike, my chopper, but I was a bit lazy and felt like I didn't want to put my leather pants on. I had all the other protective clothes on, fortunately, because it took only 100 meters drive along the road until a push bike driver just drove into me and I fell on the floor. He was fine. I still remember that, how I was lying on my back on the floor, my motorbike was away, and my knee was just hurting. I couldn't say what was wrong with my knee. My right knee was just feeling like, oh. They said, can you stand up? No, I couldn't stand up. So the ambulance came, picked me up and so on. And because that was obviously a few years ago, when I was 23 years old, we didn't have MRIs. So they did an X-ray and bone specifically, everything was fine, but they couldn't say if ligaments and everything else was broken. Anyway, long story short, because I was bleeding and my knee was swollen, I had to walk on crutches for about 4 to 6 weeks. I don't remember exactly anymore. But before that, I was really fit. So I trained 4 to 5 times a week in the gym, really intensely, with actually friends that trained for bodybuilding competitions. And I was a massage therapist, so physically working as well. And then from that moment on, the accident happened. I didn't do anything. I'm walking on crutches. So 4 to 6 weeks after that, they figured out that my knee was actually good and my knee was healed, but then my back pain started. And in my understanding as a massage therapist, I thought, like, it must have been the accident, the impact from the accident. You fall quite a bit, even if I was driving only about 40 k's and it wasn't a high impact accident, but still, with what's the 250 kilos of my motorbike landing on me like that. So anyway, so I had x-rays taken. So x-rays, and then they said, like, you have osteoarthritis, like 23 years old, osteoarthritis. What do you think as a massage therapist? I didn't understand what that means. So and then I went to doctors and they said, like, you Ursula, just don't load too much, don't lift more than 2 kilos and just rest. And what happens? I did exactly what they said. I didn't know better at this stage then. So I just got worse and worse. And then was barely able to walk 200 meters. I was more or less all the time in pain. Painkillers, I was never really the person taking painkillers, so I didn't want to be dependent on that. But I don't think they would have done anything for me anyway. And then I started my physio education, so it was actually quite a struggle to get to Bern and back and so on. But anyway, I was actually lying on the floor, sitting on those Swiss balls, and along the way I managed to get through those 4 years. And after that I thought, like, I need to know more. So as a physio, the bachelor or the diploma which I did is just the base education. After that I did a Soye course, learning the biomechanics and how the back actually works. That really helps more to understand what I could do with my back. So by then I was already quite a bit better. And then after that I thought, like, I need to train my muscles more. And then I did a sports physiotherapy education on the top of that and really learned how to get a strong muscle in the back, but having the flexibility as well. So you don't want to just get stiff and strong, you want to have the flexibility as well. So that's just part of the postgraduate training I've done after that as well. So now I have a whole toolbox of what I can offer people in exercise programs to actually help. Then, so my back is good, I can do whatever I want now. So we actually do quite a bit of gardening here. And I can do shoveling and lifting stones, and I'm really pleased the way I am. I know I'm probably lucky as well, but I've worked also many years on retraining my back. So it's not just luck, it's really retraining the back and the mindset. And that's part of what I learned when I did the research for my book, is how our thoughts can actually influence the pain. So it's quite interesting to know how that concept works, because your subconscious mind can actually control many more things than your conscious mind. Your conscious mind can control about, if you're a genius like Albert Einstein, you can have 5 thoughts at the same time, as your subconscious mind is running trillions of things at the same time. So just think about you sitting or standing now, or wherever position you're in, and you think that your little toe is having the right blood flow going to every cell without you actually consciously doing it. Your blood pressure is adjusting to your situation, standing, running, sitting, lying down. Your heart rate is adjusting, your breathing rate is adjusting. It's all going automatically. All the programs are running automatically, and many programs we're running during the day, like driving a car, but also our behavioral patterns, they're all programs. And these programs can be beneficial to us or can be hindering us to do something. So that's just part of the book, but also I'm going to explain much more in details on my seminars, which I'm going to hold in June. So the 5 topics of my seminars are: understand on how the back works, the biomechanics, so just to understand a little bit how those facet joints, the discs and everything works together. And as well the difference between normal healing and the chronic pain loop. So understanding, what if I suffered from acute back pain, what should I do to actually get out of that as soon as possible? What are the steps to follow to get out of that acute back pain, to avoid chronic back pain? And on the other hand, if you are in chronic back pain, what can you do to get out of that chronic pain loop and recover from it, like I personally did myself? Then the question is as well, there are quite interesting national guidelines about how active we should just be. So I'm going to share this national guidelines with you just to see if you're active enough, and how exercise can benefit you not just from your back pain but also generally from your health and well-being. And you're going to learn 3 simple easy exercises that benefit your back pain straight away. So you're going to feel on that evening or that day when you're coming to this seminar or attending the seminar online, you're going to find a link at the end where you can find me. Then you're going to learn those 3 simple exercises, and they're going to benefit you straight away to reduce your back pain if you are suffering from back pain, but also if you have some low back stiffness. It's really going to help straight away. I'm quite surprised on how much feedback I'm going to get after my seminars, that people say, oh, I'm just doing those 3 little exercises, and they actually really help quite a bit. So I get really good feedback from my seminars, because people say the educational part is really good. They haven't learned that part on how the back works and the part of the exercise part and so on, but also the 3 exercises are so beneficial for them. So I hope you're going to see me in my seminars, and I'm looking forward to meet you there. See you and bye bye.